Below a moon that does not shine, there is no mark upon my shrine. In the dark, but not alone, my neighbor bears a cross of stone. Okay, done. And then at the end of each, you need to still stay available. Not finalized all of the verdicts. Oh, but like, does that mean you have to go like in? Just be on call? Okay. That sucks, but I guess, you know, it is what it is. If they haven't like figured out everything, then yeah, it sucks to be on call on a freaking Friday. Ugh. If they call, you gotta be within 60 to 90 minutes. Like, like if they call you and they're like, yo, you need to come in, you need to be able to get there within like 60 to 90 minutes. Correct? Okay. Below a moon that does not shine, there is no mark upon my shrine. In the dark, but not alone, my neighbor bears a cross of stone. Okay. So they're beside. But they're below a moon that does not shine. Because there's a whole bunch of crosses. It's like this one has a cross, but this one has a date, so it can't be that. Same with this one. Like there's this one, but like moon that does not shine. In the dark, but not alone. Could also be this one. These are beside each other, so I would say they don't count. Because, like, they're in the dark, but not alone. So that means there is something beside it. Below a moon. In the dark, but not alone. Neighbor bears a cross of stone. But there's nothing about a moon. Below a moon that does not shine. There's a moon here. Did a crescent moon give off... And are these really connected though? There's a wall between them. Although, Just because there's a wall between the dark but not alone. It's like it depends what it's considering neighbor. If they're just beside each other, like there's, but like, does it matter if there's a way to get to it? But is this one? This one's all by itself. You think you get it? Some of them have been pretty straightforward. I do think that in the dark but not alone does mean it's in one of these little like dark alcoves for sure. It could, yeah, it depends what it counts as neighbor. Oh, because these two are technically neighbors as well. But like there's no moon. Unless it's saying this is a moon? But I think that's a flower. And yeah, I can't. That doesn't have a date. Has to be in one of these little alcoves for sure. Yeah, does it? I feel like it would mean like a moon that does not shine? A new moon? I'm between this one and this one for sure. Okay. I find the blank tombstone without too much trouble, but there is nothing else here. Feeling foolish, I begin to make my way back to the surface when suddenly I see it. Tucked away in a natural crack in the rock wall, a stone totem. This is what I came for. It's a little guy. Here. It's a little lad. Yes. I got it. Oh, goodness. And now we pet the cat. Because if we ring the bell, it'll wake up the cat anyways. Pet, 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 pet. I have traveled a long way searching for an eye of the forest. I have read stories of the Dreer of old who would hunt in partnership with an eagle, seeing what they see soaring on the wind. I intend to rekindle this lost custom. Perhaps you know something about it. Moon doesn't shine, no moonlight. New moon's the only one that does that. Yeah, it was mostly like the moon one that I like I even said. I said like um moon that doesn't shine, new moon, but it's like didn't really see anything with a new moon symbol. It all looked like crescent. But yeah, I got the Arnmark grave pretty like quickly. Ow. Yeah, I got a lot of it pretty quickly. Hey, Kara. How goes? I think I found this before. Let's check. I have not found the Eye of Care. I don't fucking know. You're doing all right? Made plans for tomorrow to play board games with someone. So excited about that. Ooh, that sounds fun. Who knows? That might be my plans for tomorrow as well. We'll see. Paris and I are definitely hanging out, but like, I don't think we've decided what exactly. Probably not a bird walk. I think it's still a little too cold. Maybe Monday. I have to check the weather for Monday. Roz, you have plans for tonight. Hopefully nothing for the foreseeable future. Ooh. Is it because your family actually celebrates Easter? Or I guess they'll do it sometimes. That's not your plan. Is your plan to game? Oh, dinner with a friend? Is your plan to stab foes with a knife in your beak? Excuse me. Always. Yep, yep. After that, hope to do nothing with anyone at all for like a year, maybe 2. I see. So you're the all right. I'm gonna visit with people like 2-3 times a year. Your social baddie area is drained the fuck out. Oh yeah, after court, I don't blame you. You probably had to deal with so many people. Cat hair, and the cat's not even over here. Lots of going out into public, being human, lots of interaction. Yeah, yeah. I feel that, Kara. Just, it's nice. It's nice now that, you know, I basically don't go anywhere. Same with Varys. We basically just don't go anywhere. We'll see. Actually, since I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, Lady Jen and Genesis like bought a house a while back. It was a fixer-upper, and they finally got a lot of the downstairs nice, so they've started having people over every month for dinner and board games. So we've been seeing the Genesis household and the Stovetop household every month for dinner and board games. It's been fun. As you've seen me and your personality, normally discussing vile, grotesque goblin woman thing. Pause. You're not disgusting or vile or grotesque. Stop it. You just don't like people. That's different. Varys and I don't really like people either. We're fine being around a certain, you know, group of people. Going on the bus, because I bus everywhere. I'm the usual headphones. Don't fucking talk to me on the bus. Because there are definitely people who will try to talk to you on the bus. It's like, don't make eye contact. Yeah, yep. Or, oh my gosh, I don't know if it's like this at the malls in the States, but like there will sometimes be in the hallways these like little stands for like energy, like an energy company or like beauty products, and they're constantly like trying to get you to buy their product. It's just like that's the thing there too. Yeah, trying to ignore them as well. Because God, they're annoying. Known as Eyes of the Forest, ancient artifacts enable one to enter the minds of lesser creatures. It is alleged that Carunos himself wielded an eye. Eyes of Carunos are hard to come by, powerful, and should not be used carelessly. He himself wielded an eye. I'm pretty sure there's a picture of him here. I'm pretty sure I have one of those. Hold on. That was missing. Green gemstone. I'm pretty sure that's emerald, which is a foresty. Pleasant scent that reminds me of the forest. I want to double check emeralds. I'm pretty sure it is a... It could be jade, actually. A stone of earth end. Because, yeah, emeralds aren't here. Okay. Yeah, it's a jade. Using the index in the book, I can find a sketch of Kurunos holding an item that looks very similar to this one. A jade gemstone, a stone of nature, hints at the connection to the natural world. Hmm? Although I do think, even though, like, I do think my dislike of people mostly just does come from me working retail for so many years. But, like, I'd say I'm still more, like, outgoing than, like Roz and Ferris, who are definitely much more introverted. As I how to say this, you know, other than stream, you know, because I love talking with you all, I love hanging out with you all, but like before I did all this, I was like playing Among Us. I don't know if anyone remembers the hit game Among Us. And like I got into it late. By the time I started, my friends like Buddy Wilbury and Genesis, K Grovile, they were done. Like I got to play with them a couple of times and then they were done. They were done with Among Us. And here I am just in the corner being like, I want more Among Us. So I eventually joined like the 5-Up community server and was playing with strangers. I had no idea who these people were. But like so like just for the fact that I was playing on this server with people I didn't know at all. I didn't know what they were like. I didn't know if they were good people, bad people. I knew nothing about them. And yeah, I played Among Us with them, and now I've made some very valuable friendships. Because I eventually met Yuri because of that, which, you know, led to Ella and everyone in Gengar and Alyssa, who runs Sussy Imposters, which is where I play Among Us now. And, you know, all of the people I get to play Among Us with in there. So it's like, yeah, I played games with strangers and eventually found some good peeps, you know? Can't really do that if you're just you know, avoid all peoples. I was expecting to talk with Verona Green this morning, but she wasn't at home. Unusual for her. I hope she's okay. Yeah, eventually the strangers are no longer strangers. It was definitely like the first time I like played in the 5-Up community server, it was definitely a little scary because like I was definitely, even when I play Among Us right now, I'm definitely a more quiet type. I just like sit back, absorb the info, and like form my theories. But like I'm pretty sure when I first started there, it was like way worse. Like I was so nervous and so scared. Give me that. If you spare the time, we'd appreciate your help. There's something unusual in our house. You can't miss us. We're the only detached house on Ruskin. Warmest regards, Mrs. R. Bream. Ruskin. I'm greeted by a tired-looking middle-aged woman who immediately offers me tea. I gratefully accept, enjoying the social ritual before we meander towards the point of my visit. She leads me up the stairs and into the attic. A single window does little to dispel the gloom, but our eyes slowly adjust. Then we hear the voices. At first, I think it's the house creaking in the wind. Soft, murmuring groans that seem to come from the walls themselves. But then I start to feel as though a conversation is happening, too quiet to make any sense of. With the hearing charm, I suddenly find myself able to pick up every small sound without difficulty. The whispered voices become clearer, and my heart beats faster as I hear what they are saying. They are discussing a section of the wall where some of the bricks are loose. Carefully, I pull them away to reveal a small cavity. Inside, to my horror, is a human skull, its dark eyes staring lifelessly back at me. At the insistence of the voices, I reach inside the cavity, and my hand closes around an unusual looking item. Immediately, the voices fall silent, and my heightened senses are left with the whooshing drumbeat of the blood being pumped around my body. Triple goddess symbolism, I believe? Bet. Ooh. Pet. He looks like a douche, or I guess a jerk. My father's sword has a space in the hilt where a shimmer should go, but he sold it to buy whiskey a long time ago. For whatever reason, he never did sell the sword itself. I wanted to restore it to its former glory. A shimmer. Yeah, I don't know. He's got asshole face. I don't know if that's just me. Shimmer. These belong to a series of objects that were designed to slot into armor or weaponry. They induce calm rage in the face of an unimaginable horrors of battle, allowing the bearer to stay one step ahead. The Knight of Thorns famously wore a shimmer on his chestplate, but it didn't save him from being slain in the Battle of Sutherfell of 1356. Something that shaped? Shimmer. Hey, that's the only thing. So yeah, this is his armor. Something with 3 points. It could be that. It could be that. This pendant would fit into the slot shown in the sketch. Topaz and obsidian gemstones hint at calm rage, whereas the malachite suggests foresight or staying one step ahead. I just looked at the shape. I had no idea about the gemstone. The shape looked good enough. Red. Cat. Freddy Lamb. I work at the steel mill in Keswick, and I don't think there's a ton of us hasn't suffered a nasty burn. Do you have anything that can protect against that sort of thing? This one. Fire? Fire. Made from basilic scales, a material known to endure intense heat. These unusual objects can permit the bearer to withstand fire and flame and remain unharmed. They do not, however, offer protection against the deadly basilisk itself. Okay. Made from basilic scales. Hold on. This was kind of leathery. Yeah, this is leathery. It has a black gemstone and orange gemstone. Sunstone, fire and light, heat and life. Not a bloodstone. A stone of fire and fury. Yeah, it's not pale yellow. Yeah, all of the stones relate to fire. Item features a basilisk scale. The amber and obsidian gemstones hit at a connection to fire. Thanks, my wife will be relieved. I found this down the side of the counter here just now while I was waiting. Don't know if it's anything important or not. Oh, yes, I've been waiting for that. Okay. Cyrene Ward. Cyrene Ward. I got this. Oh, why didn't it change? There we go. I have literally been waiting for this piece. I just don't know, like, what order they would go in. What do these symbols even mean? Oh. We've got bismuth, phosphorus, antimony, and arsenic? Okay, that doesn't help. Said triangle that goes here. Z, bull, TV, moon. TV, bull. Ew. I think this is the Thaumic lens! Finally! I've been looking for this stupid thing. All Thaumic objects produce a field of sorts, although invisible to the naked eye, observed by placing an object over a Thaumic lens. Fields are not fully understood despite attempts to study them over the years. Yeah, this has a, like, spiral pattern? And, like, so I need to find stuff with certain patterns. That has the spiral pattern. Okay, and it does move with the item. These people. Oh, too fast. What's that? Oh, okay, that. These have the triangle. Ooh. Diurnic. Okay. The Diurnic field pattern, and that is the symbol for Diurnic. I think I need to not have a symbol when I'm looking for the fields exactly. It's like if we try to go nocturnal, or noctic. This is all the way down here. This is a noctic, which is the spiral. Okay. I think I was able to get the Selenic. The little circle up top and the big circle at the bottom. That's a Selenic. Then Tradic as big up top, little at the bottom. If we just have it at a general, just no field being produced. Cool. Alright, I forgot I have a magnifying glass. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Judgment is coming. We worship the warrior not out of love, but because he is powerful. Because he demands our fear. What use is a god that you are not afraid of? Those of us who have read Holgar's teachings have known about the prophecy for a long time, and now the casket will finally be opened. It contains his final lesson for those who will not kneel. It contains his retribution against the sinful. It contains his divine rage. My preparations are underway to celebrate his wrath and prove our devotion. For now, a veiled fen is all I require. Yeah, I don't think this lady is okay. She needs help. Although, you know, cult bullshit. You know? A veiled fen is brightly colored in the light, but it clouds over after a short period in total darkness. They can be used to command attention from individuals or small groups of people. Public speakers sometimes use them as a substitute for charisma. Brightly colored in the light, clouds over after a short period in total darkness. Hmm. Doesn't really give me anything else. Those are two for charisma. Ah. Found it. What drawer? What? Veiled. The two men fought as the heavens opened and lightning flashed across the night. One man wrested the casket from the other's grasp and leapt astride his horse, galloping off into the cold, wet darkness. Boop, 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 boop. Match them up. But is that... Okay, that is not the catacombs for sure. It's not the catacombs. It's probably this one? Okay, I think this building is gonna be the easiest to find. Okay, so that's the Twinnings. God, I wish I could rotate this map. About that could be. This could be this part of it. So, like, right smack dab in the middle of all this. Gosh. This one? Ow. When I draw back the curtain, I am unable to control my exclamation of horror. Behind the dark red velvet is a silent, squirming, seething mass of eyes, all shiny and wet and alive. Fear takes hold before my mind catches up and I understand what I am looking at. And when I do, I realize it is looking right back at me. The object I am looking for sits on a small shelf below, and the eyes watch as I snatch it and get out of there as fast as I can. Puppy! It's a puppy! Alright, where does the puppy statue want to go? A room over here. Wait, it'll fit there. I still can't open this. Unfortunately. We think we finally located the wreck of the Orion out in the lake. Sadly, our funding has run out and we can't afford expensive diving equipment. But we put our heads together and wondered if there was another way. You're our last hope. Is there a water breathing thing? Underwater. An ascus allows the bear to breathe underwater. The sensation is said to be most unusual since it requires one not to breathe at all. Those that use an ascus for extended periods sometimes forget to breathe once they are back on dry land and subsequently pass out. The core of the item is cold to the touch, but the ring, sometimes called the halo, stays warm. The core of the item is cold, but the ring stays warm. Surprisingly warm, cool and smooth. Pearlescent blue glass, which I think is aquamarine. A stone of water. Item has a ring. Closer inspection reveals the ring is warm, whereas the rest of the item is cold. I swear I've had that item for forever. There are so many of them where it's like I've had these items for forever, but I don't actually know what they are. It's normal though, that's what the first game was like. A new one I got. Nope. 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 Wasn't that? Nope. These are similar in form to thalamic needles, whose serve a very different purpose. Create a strong compulsion like a siren's call. It can be used to divert attention. Gaudian objects. There's something in there. Pet. I am close, but I need more power. I need Saint Cedric's thunder, and quickly while the storm's raging. Saint Cedric's thunder. Saint Cedric's thunder is used to store the power of a single thunderclap. Alchemists have been trying to harness this power for centuries, and there are rumors that some have indeed successfully used it to transmute base metals into gold. They are placed on the tops of mountains to charge them during storms. Gemstones can be used to prevent the charge from waning over time. Probably something with gemstones. And that's a green gemstone. Bronze. Smooth. I feel like it might be like crackling with energy or something. Cool. Warm. No, because that's not it. It definitely needs multiple gemstones, I think, not just one. So I don't think any of these pendants. I think I'm looking at one of these two. What do we have? We have blue. Okay, that's a moonstone. That's an onyx. Moonstone, onyx, amber? Wrong one. Yes. Protection. What's that blue gemstone? Kyanite. Probably kyanite. Anchor between body and mind. Okay, that squiggle means thunder. I really don't know what this could be. Do I have anything else with that squiggle? This does. Purple. Hmm. Hmm. don't know if there's any firelight, heat, life, containment, water, dark purposes, peace and safety, or sure, anchor between body and minds. Right, this one had moonstone, onyx. Stone of night and darkness. Protection and enveloping night. It also has amber, which is fire, light, heat, life. Which definitely describes thunder. I honestly don't know what this could be. A single thunderclap. This is a tricky one. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards something with multiple gemstones, though, not just one. Still think I'm between these two. It's like this does have the symbol for thunder. What does with this? The stone of containment. Okay, maybe this then, because it has the thunder symbol. Okay. Symbol of thunder appears on the clasp. Amethyst gemstones can be used to prevent the charge waning. Rage. Realize the sway of the items on the shelves mean that when you shift to the left or right, it's not you moving, it's the world moving. You're literally moving the world left, right. I didn't even think of that. It could be a rotating shelf. Because yeah, you mostly see it with the pendants. Like, the pendants are the ones where, like, you actually see them move. It's a rotating shelf. Clearly it's a rotating shelf. Your whole store should rotate, yeah. Although that means the place where the people stand rotates as well. They can get over it. This is the future. This is how it should be. Pet, 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 pet. I've been trying to get hold of Onambra. Before she vanished, Verona said it might have something to do with my patients. It had almost slipped my mind, but then I remembered that there's one right here in Strange Antiques. Ellie told me himself he keeps it locked behind ethereal key. There's a house in California that actually spins in a circle? Is it like a tourist attraction? Arctic field. Designed to be hidden from prying eyes. When activated by moving the object in a circular motion, key is revealed by its gemstone of light. Rare items are not generally known about outside of Thaumic circles. Gemstones of the night power the concealment charm. It was built by a Cananetti architect. Put the whole house on bearings so it can rotate at about a walking speed. It's on a 5 horsepower motor in the center. Interesting. Like, why though? That's so weird. I guess so. I guess so. Okay, so it will have 3 gemstones is what it sounds like. When activated by moving the object in a circular motion, the key is revealed by its gemstone of light. But the gemstones of the night power the concealment charm. On the side of a mountain in California, wanted to be able to wake up to sunrises and go to sleep to sunsets, so we made the whole house rotate. Huh. Or you be a sane person and have north-facing windows. North or south-facing windows. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. A video on it, how it works, done by Tom Scott. It's pretty neat. I'm sorry, but who's Tom Scott? Okay, 1 Diurnic gemstone, 1 Noctic gemstone. 1 Noctic. Okay, so Amber is a Daystone. Because I'm thinking it could be that. The other is Moonstone. That's Selenic. Semi-famous nerd YouTuber travels around to interesting things, does short video. True, Ferris also has a point. Yeah, that's Moon. And that's... Again, 3 gemstones. Oh wait, that's a diverging hook. We know it's not that. I don't think I have anything else with 3 gemstones, though. Mm-mm. Down. The more interesting is thing how we made it so that the house Can rotate 360 degrees while still keeping connection to the plumbing, sewage, electrical, and gas lines. There we go. Give that back. Way it works is basically a column in the center that has a pipe within a pipe within a pipe. Fresh water in one ring of the column, sewer in another ring of the column. Huh. Yeah, it sounds like he figured this out all on his own. It's like, how? It seems wild that he was able to do this himself. Okay, hold on. So that's the ethereal key. Like, did he at least have some sort of like engineering degree or something? I figured like something like that would have to help. Ambra. Cause mental fog, withering of intellect and thought. Cause the whites of the eyes to turn black. Okay, a noctic field. Gotta figure out what a noctic field looks like. Diurnic. Had to be not just the architect, but the engineer. Heavily overbuild everything because when you're doing new stuff, overbuild for safety. And yeah. Fair enough. I said noctic, right? Hold on. That's the wrong one. Produce a noctic field. Okay, noctic. This one. So we need the little circle at the bottom, little circle at the bottom, big circle at the top. I think that's right. It's like that's the other option for triangles. Again, I wish I could have this thing open. Oh wait, no, it's a skinny triangle. Okay, it's this one, Okay, so move this down. Okay, so Noctic is the swirly swirl. Noctic is the swirly swirl. Bruh, get out of here. Can't even tell what kind that is. Nope. I don't think it's this. I think this is the compass. Swirls. Okay, so that has a swirl to it. Could be that. Try this one. Nope. This also has the swirl. Okay, so we've got two possibilities. Yeah. And this also has the swirl. Okay. there's a symbol in there. I think that's a moon symbol. Smooth, raise detailing. Let's see if I can keep that open. Okay, moon. Okay, moon. Moon. Yes. Okay, that's blessings. Okay, it's not that. That gives blessings. Definitely not that. Limestone. Rough and pitted. Swoopy lines. Swoopy lines. Paralysis. That's has a symbol for paralysis. Withering intellect and thought. Confusion, and this guy has the symbols for confusion. Confusion. Paralysis. Okay. So then let's see. I was kind of hoping those would be on here. Yeah, confusion and paralysis aren't back here. Let's see. Cause mental fog, withering of intellect and thought. Mental fog. I think confusion. I think confusion fits for that. But, oh, thank you. Yes, please, absolutely. This seems like a wild house. Item has a symbol of confusion across its face, which matches the description of causing mental fog. Produces a noctic field when viewed in the thalamic lens. This is the danger area. No. So let's put the other danger items over here. These are the items I don't trust. Danger items. Oh, there, I got more room. Oh. You. I know you from somewhere. I don't remember why, but the shop was important somehow. I'm sorry. I know I'm not making much sense. I haven't been myself. I'll leave you be. This is the girl who stole our cat! What happened to her? She still needs to be beat up for stealing our cat. They found some poor soul washed up on the lakeshore, an older lady by the sounds of it. Drowned. But that's not the worst of it. Her eyes were all black, just like those others. I'm not taking any chances with the water around here. I'll take a bones guard. I did read about these quickly. Small item known as a bones guard can be placed in any liquid to render it safe to drink. King Cedric the Meek was well known to be terrified of being poisoned, and so always drank from the same goblet and always placed a bones guard inside. He was stabbed to death in 1203. These objects bear the mark of the antidote. Okay. Bear the mark of the antidote. I don't really know what that is, though. Bear the mark of the antidote. I have a cat that might be trying to come. Antidote. Hi. Are you jealous of the other cat? Is that what's happening? Are you jealous? It could be protection. That is always kitty time. Oh, give me your feeties. Hi. You have a bestie that streams, sometimes ancient old man kitty, 21 years old, roars loudly in the background, and it's Jeffrey time, the kitty. That's an old cat, oh my gosh. He's probably the goodest cat as well. That's a cute name though, Jeffrey. Oh my goodness. She probably wants to sit on my lap. Huh? There. Deaf and blind, lumpy and needy. For some reason, always moist. Yeah, deaf and blind at that age, that does not surprise me. Always moist, though. Is he... Honestly, maybe he's, like, rolling around in his, like, water dish or something. Because, like... Tesla these days... For some reason, he needs to put his entire paw into the water fountain. So his paw is always wet. I don't know why he does it, but he does. He's got eye boogers. Rubs his gums on things. Guesses he starts cleaning himself and forgets what he's doing. But who knows? Aww. Poor little guy. Not purple. Bottom's ring somewhere. Fog, hail. This is all weather, so it's not going to be that. Antidote. It's going to go back to Bones Guard. What? The mark of the antidote? Let's just see what we have, I guess. That's the triple goddess. That has weather symbols. That doesn't have any sort of mark. of the antidote. It won't be paralysis. This is the compass. Bronze. The fuck symbol is that? Staring at the symbol makes my head swim. In 4 days, crew of the Artemis 2 will be furthest from the Orange Man admin anyone has ever been, and love that for them. Still be losing out. Look, more of the story. You can escape gravity, but not Microsoft. I honestly don't know anything about the Artemis 2. Is that the rocket that got launched recently? I've not been paying attention to any sort of like news like that. Okay, hypnosis. That's hypnosis. Okay, it's definitely not that. Rocket that's gonna go out and do a flyby of the moon to make sure it's still where we left it. Going around the moon. Artemis 3 is taking humans to the moon for the first time in a long while. I see. Probably just like making sure, I guess. Got an hourglass. Unpleasant sensation at the back of my skull. I don't think it's that. What was... Right, that was blessings. That symbol meant blessings. It needs to be small enough to fit into a goblet as well. Toilet broke in this for 6 hours, but it was a quick fix. But still, that's kind of funny. Like, what the heck? Oh yeah, that is triple guns. Astronauts got it good this time. Get an actual toilet. Original moon mission. People pooped in bags. Oh boy. You know how it is though. You know, the rise of technology, us being better at technology definitely helped. Okay, I don't think the triple goddess would be the symbol of the antidote. Maybe blessing? I don't know, gravity is already a pretty big sacrifice. Apollo 11 basically had to hotwire the ship to get off the moon. Oh my gosh. Drained of energy. Strongly of linseed. Not that. Not that. Broke a switch to start the thrusters, had to stick a pin in it. Started. Oh my gosh. I kind of think it's this. This is the only thing that makes sense to me. Nope, not that. Buzz broke the switch off while he was moving around. It must be a pretty small space then. Imagine some sick ass booty astronaut crawling around in there breaking a switch off with his butt. Maybe that is exactly what happened. You never know. Okay, what does that symbol mean? That's the wrong one. I already forget what the symbol looks like. Hold on. It looks like a person. Diamond with a stick. It's the invert of poison. Okay. Went to the moon to bring back moon rocks. Found out they brought back Earth rocks too. As a ejecta from our planetary collision that shot Earth off the moon. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm afraid I can't pay you, but I can offer trade if you'll accept it. Okay. Oh, that looks illegal. That's going in the illegal cupboard. One of the major finds from the moon missions that it basically confirmed I can't words apparently. Can't words. It confirms some stuff and things. It confirmed that Earth chunks got shot into space from an ancient impact and some hidden. Yes, yes, thank you. Exactly. It'd be different if, like, let's say they basically found out that all of, like, the moon was actually Earth chunks. It would also, it would, like, confirm that, like, somehow the moon came out of the Earth or something, you know? One of the big reasons for the first landing mission on the moon was to make sure that humans didn't just immediately die somehow on the moon? Oh my gosh. That's dangerous, guys. What if they did just get there and they just died? What would they do then? Bye, cat. Not send even. Fair. Fair. Example, weren't 100% sure that the moon was solid. Actual concerns, the moon was such a loose collection of dust and rock that they immediately just sink into it. Okay. Because, yeah, I guess with the telescopes from that era, like, you couldn't really tell, you know? Number of asteroids appear solid are actually accumulations of dust rock ice. Learned that when the first asteroid probe tried to take a sample and blasted far more stuff expected. Okay. So yeah. Based on that, couldn't be sure if the moon was like that, or I guess, you know, other things as well. For all we know, some planets are like that as well. So I send out missions. The rider was lucky. He made it to Backbarrow and found refuge there and was nursed back to health. He would later discover his left eye was permanently blackened, like his partner eyes had been. Nearly broke the probe and ruined the mission. Oh, I'm stuck. Sent a probe up to the asteroid, use a puff of gas to stir up dust so they could capture it in a collection bin. Blasted out way more than did. I'm more surprised that just even puffing out, like, way more material, like, how that almost broke the probe. Because, like, if that much got puffed out, that just means it was super light, right? Hey, Sush, how goes? To my left the day, to my right the night. I don't wanna... Are there any symbols for day and night here? It goes pretty well, thank you. I've just been chillin' and been enjoying myself playing this game. Okay, yeah, just as I thought. Sun, moon. Asteroids out there, basically one boulder over time span of eons. Enough gravity to collect enough dust and ice around it that it looks bigger. Blow on and it's just a mass of dust. Okay. To my left, the day. To my right, the night. To my left, the day. To my right, the night. All of this talk about, like, space stuff and just science in general just kind of makes me miss SciShow. Like, we used to watch almost every single piece of SciShow, like regular SciShow, SciShow Space, SciShow, there was another one. I don't remember exactly what they called it, but it dealt with, like, mental stuff. Like, yeah. That's where you get a lot of it, that and Hank himself. Hank's content is just so fun. Fun and, like, yeah, it's fun to learn things from him. I do even watch a lot of his, like, personal channel as well. I guess he did do a video on the new moon mission. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I find the row of 3 tombs in the upper levels of the catacombs. The cool darkness is strangely calming at times down here, and I sit for a while in quiet contemplation. When I rouse from my thoughts, I look down at my feet and find an item there. Had it been there all along? I never noticed it when I sat down. It's a sad little guy! Gold. Oak. Hank on his own channel has become a really smart ranting guy. 100% here for it. Exasperated rants about things are highly entertaining. Mm-hmm. Okay, the top is warm. Soft tinkling sound when it moves. Sideways hourglass. I think I'm a little bit behind on all of his stuff. Actually, Rage, you might be in an ad. I just realized. Deception. It's sus. The little guy is sus. Ooh. Hmm. There's something oddly satisfying about that noise. Okay. I've been hearing about a worrying rumor about Verona Green. They're saying she drowned in the lake. I hope for all our sakes they're wrong. According to family legend, an ancestor of mine hid an item of thaumic significance in his burial chamber. It has never been found, but not for lack of trying. I was tempted to search for it myself until I learned that it was in the catacombs in a place known as the Hall of Shields. Perhaps it's better to leave it to those who know what they're doing. Regards, MBM. Hall of Shields, MBM. That looks like a Hall of Shields. As I descend further into the catacombs, a strange sensation comes over me. It is not fear, although fear is mixed in with it. With cold clarity, I know at once what it is. I have entered an area known as the Depths, a place where few have been and fewer have returned from. Not even Palians can clear the air here and render it safe to breathe, but there is a way. Slate miners inhale the vapors produced by a spirit called a wandering shroud. They say it invigorates their senses and stays the mind rot that would otherwise consume them. It would be dangerous to continue exploring down here without following their lead. Wandering shroud. All right, now that you're back, Rage, from the ad, I was saying, like, I'm pretty far behind on Hank stuff. I just haven't had a chance to, like, catch up at all. No, that's not it. You've, oh, I didn't realize you had turbo. I went too far. Spirit Vault, also known as a foetid chamber, receptacle used to store a wandering shroud. Interior is lined with a paste made from sulfur, hence the nickname. They are not considered dangerous, and shrouds tend to be benign, but on occasion they do not take kindly to being restrained. Faint vibration of the receptacle can be felt when a shroud is held within. Okay, a spirit vault contains a wandering shroud. Played around to a lot of smaller streamers, just makes more sense. We'll get paid and don't get ads. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. A faint vibration of the receptacle can be felt. Faint vibration. Interior is lined with a paste made from sulfur. Okay, so there's probably a symbol for sulfur on it. Maybe. Possibly. Except I don't have that? Oh. Thing to remark. Feathered tin. Rotten egg smell. Could be this. Follow. Unpleasant sensation at the back of my skull. Chills my blood to hold it. Probably not that. Gnosis stone. Paralysis. Point towards nearby resonant objects, only objects that can be detected this way. Highly prized both by thaumaturges and those who collect occult curiosities. Okay, it points towards Zephyrim. Probably that little guy? Okay, so it's pointing to this little guy. No, maybe this guy. I think it's pointing to that guy. It's not pointing to this guy. It's pointing to that one. thought it was pointing to that one. It was pointing to that one. There might be another one as well. Okay, it's pointing towards these two for sure. It's also pointing to that. Okay, it's pointing to 3 objects. Okay. So it's not going to be any of those. Okay. Those affect a wandering shroud. Whereas, okay, it has to be a spirit vault. Lined with a paste made from sulfur. Wait! Isn't sulfur the egg thing? The rotten egg thing? Because this one has a smell of rotten eggs. Isn't sulfur the one that gives... Isn't that sulfur? Yes! I tried to breathe in the vapors from the wandering shroud, but to my horror, I realized that the spirit vault is empty. My vision starts to blur as the cloying air of the depths fills my lungs, and I stagger away in a daze. When at last I reach the surface, I take deep breaths of the fresh air, but my lungs ache for some time after. I need to be more careful. I have written to Barton Potter. He will know where to find a wandering shroud. Okay, so yeah, this is not quite done. Because, you know, I actually need a wandering shade for that. Is food here already? It's all good. Alright. Food is a little earlier than normal, but you know what? That's fine. You know how food delivery services can be, so we are going to take our extended break for food. When we come back, we will have a little bit of time before DBD, so we might just do something like small. We'll have to see. Like, I might do, like, I don't know, Isaac runs or something? 'Cause I don't know. We'll figure out something to do for a little bit before DB starts. Before DBD starts, everyone alright? Extended break for food, and I will see you all later.